All right, let's get one thing straight from the jump. I'm not a guru, I'm not a licensed professional, and I'm definitely not here to sell you enlightenment in 6 easy payments. What I am is relentlessly curious. And lately, something's been rattling around in my brain like a marble in a washing machine. Perspective. Here's the question I can't shake. What if most of our biggest societal problems aren't actually that complicated? What if the real issue is that we're all standing in the same corner of the room, squinting at the elephant, convinced we know what we're looking at? Let's start with the obvious one, political polarization. You know, that thing where half the country thinks the other half has lost their damn minds, and vice versa. Here's the crazy part. Most of us agree on way more than we think. We all want safety, opportunity, dignity, but we're so busy screaming past each other, we've forgotten how to actually listen. The perspective shift? Stop trying to win, start trying to understand. Not kumbaya nonsense, actual curiosity about why someone might see the world differently than you do. What if instead of echo chambers, we built, curiosity chambers? Next up, climate change. The issue that makes everyone's brain short circuit because the scale is so massive, it feels unreal. Here's the thing. We're terrible at time perspective. Our brains are wired for, there's a tiger, run! Not, the ice caps are melting and your grandkids might live in a Mad Max movie. So the tool here, make it personal, make it local, make it now, not abstract, but this is how it connects to your life today. Because when people see that connection, not just understand it, but actually feel it, behavior changes fast. Mental health. Yeah, this one hits different because we're all walking around pretending we've got it together while quietly wondering if everyone else got some manual for life that we somehow missed. Here's the shift. Mental health struggles aren't personal failures. They're human experiences. Full stop. And get this. In cultures where mental health is seen as temporary, not permanent, recovery rates are higher. Perspective literally changes outcomes. But it's not just individual. What if we designed communities, workplaces, schools around the understanding that humans need connection, purpose, and meaning to thrive? Revolutionary concept, right? Economic inequality. The thing that makes people either really uncomfortable or really angry, depending on which side of it you're on. Here's where perspective gets uncomfortable. Your zip code at birth is still one of the best predictors of your life outcomes. And pull yourself up by your bootstraps? That's physically impossible, yet we keep saying it. So here's the shift. Individual success and systemic barriers can both be true at the same time. What if instead of seeing inequality as inevitable, we saw it as a design flaw? Something that could be debugged, updated, improved. Because these systems, we built them, which means we can change them. Last one, information overload and the death of shared truth. We're drowning in information but starving for wisdom. It's like having access to every book ever written and forgetting how to read. So here's the shift. Intellectual humility. Maybe you don't know everything. Maybe I don't know everything. Maybe nobody does. And that's actually okay. What if instead of seeking information that confirms what we already believe, we actively look for what challenges it? Get curious about our blind spots. Because the smartest people I've come across aren't the ones with all the answers. They're the ones asking better questions. So here's the pattern I keep seeing. These problems, they're not just about resources or technology or politics. They're about perspective, our ability or inability to step outside of our own experience and actually consider someone else's. To think in systems, not just individual pieces. To think long-term, not just immediate gratification. And here's the thing about perspective as a tool. It's free. It's available to everyone. And unlike most solutions people try to sell you, it actually works. Now, I'm not saying it solves everything. I'm not that naive. But I am saying most of our biggest problems are perspective problems. And perspective problems have perspective solutions. Maybe I'm right, and maybe I'm missing something. That's kind of the point. Anyway, that's what's been keeping me up at night. What do you think? Am I onto something, or just another raccoon with Wi-Fi and too much time on my hands? Like, comment, share, follow, and grab my book, Shift Your Perspective, Change the World, on Amazon. You can believe in this message and support it. Might as well come along for the ride.